Yeah, no, it was out of the grid, classified. And then you got
the flow comes into the classifier here, grid removal, and then it goes back out through that channel. But just in case we got to work on this right here, we can divert the flow.
Pumps that out of this area right here. So that what happens when it goes into this circular area, there's a paddle down there turning. And it makes the grit settle to the bottom. And right by that little blue motor, it goes straight down into the center of that cone. It's shaped like a cone, and that grit settles in the bottom, pumps it out. That separates the water from it, and that's what you get. It's in that dumpster right over there, that black stuff right there.
right here. We have our automatic sampler right here, and as the flow travels through here, it sets up on a certain timer, and as the water travels through there, it will collect a sample based on how the lab analyst has it set up, and then there have to be a representative sample within a 24-hour time period.
And where's the lab?
The lab is right over here, Matt. And we'll see that. We give you, once we get through with the plant, we'll go into there and we'll show you that.
Yeah, this is a splitter box, and it'll split the flow evenly between those two wells right over there. Inside those two wells are 4 60 horsepower pumps, and they pump the water up to those two basins, those two large basins. And that, from there, it's all gravity. There's no more pumping. And those aeration basins are where the bugs, the microorganisms, actually do their work. And we pump air into that, and we regulate the amount of air that's in it. If we want more bugs or less bugs,
So you have aerobic or anaerobic digestion?
This is aerobic digester, and they're over there. We'll get to that towards the end.
Pretty much there's submersible pumps down there. Back up now, we don't want nothing to happen to you now.
Well, I don't want to knock a camera in.
We don't want nothing to happen to you now. Okay, but right here they have submersible pumps, like you said, they're 60 horsepower pumps down below. Okay?
Don't do a cannonball.
Yes, these drives right here, these 4 drives, there's one for each pump. And the way they work, depending on the flow, is how fast they run. That saves electricity, not having to run the pumps real fast all the time. And they'll shut off when they're not needed too. Most generally, only one pump out of 4 is running. Because they can handle so much flow.
All the drives in one location. I have what they call a main MCC room. That way you can put all your drives and stuff all in one area. Then you will have one cooling system.
How many different places do you have to have cooling?
This is one area. Then we got the blower room. Then we have the UV system.
Okay.
Those areas and the return room. You want to go up top and take a look? Let's go up top and take a look at one of these. You have to be careful now, it's wet.
Got probably 80% of it temporary help. But before that, we had no screening. So for about a year, a little bit over a year and a half closer, we had no screening. I figured we'd have a couple of times now. One by one, we're going to take it offline, get in and clean it out.
So how many aeration basins do you have? Two.
What happens to it when the new food come in, which is the influent flow, they come in into the old bugs, which is the bacteria, and they do either 2 things: they absorb or adsorb, meaning they stick to the other bacteria, or either they ingested by the other bacteria. Some of it get heavy, they age, we take them out of the system. Others is a little bit younger, we keep them in the system and return them back in order to feed off new food that's coming in.
So you've got a bacteria farm here?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, there's a lot of gators out there. Yeah.
There's a lot of gators out there right now, so.
In the pond?
Uh-huh.
Maybe you could just fill one and leave the other one as a pond, put fish in it.
For the gators?
For the gators.
For the birds.
For the birds?
Yeah, the birds come and feed at our
The birds
pond.
feed there. Gators get them.
Great blue herons,
You don't hear him?
egrets. Okay. Yeah, well, you got to have people moving in movies.
We can be Fred Astaire, and you can be Ginger Rogers.
Okay, go ahead. I'll get you too.
Now that's your last one. Solid, go to the bottom, and the clean water comes off the top. Pretty good airflow. Allow the water to come down. That dry too.
From the big holding tanks over there.
This clean water in the troughs goes straight from here to the 2 disc filters.
Ah,
And those disc filters filter the water even more. Well, that's the only filters actually, but they filter the water. From there, it'll go to the UV system, which disinfects it, which is just on the other side of the disc filters, that long channel. There's UV light inside there, and it kills the pathogens. From there, it'll go to the FAR basin out there. It gets aerated, because we can't discharge low dissolved oxygen water into the river because it can kill the fish if it's too low. So we have a set a lower limit on our permit for discharging, that it has to be that level of dissolved oxygen in the water.
Like my drill instructor at Paris Island. When cleaned the springs, he said, I'm going in there and take a drink.
This is how we make our money right here. Look at water running fast and running. It's hard for it to just drop in there and put it. So we have to use a pipe to slow the water down.
so, and that's set to sample periodically too, automatically?
Yes, ma'am. About every 2 hours.
Came through the plant too fast where we couldn't, it was partially treated but not totally treated.
But it was also rather diluted.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, very diluted. Yeah, so that helped us in a sense, but I think we don't put in a preventative
Tides
for
up
that
so you
next time.
can get over there, you can see.
We can see the
See the
flow.
pipe over here pretty well.
Get where Casey's standing, you can see
All right,
where
that's
they're-
clear right there.
Yeah.
That is clear.
Looks clearer than the river.
I can't wait till the summer get in.
This is a SCADA system. It monitors most everything on the plant. And if anything is out of parameters, it will call a call phone to an operator who is carrying it 24 hours a day, and they can get here and get it fixed. And any information we want, majority of information is on here. not
So that's a
everything.
logbook?
Yes, sir.
Not knowing, I've walked by that plant probably many times growing up, but after I came looking for employment, it was fascinating to see that what was really going on with biological treatment. And most of the time I was in the military, I was a structural repair kind of guy, so it had a lot of systems that was corroding based on hydrogen sulfide gas and stuff of that nature. So that kind of interests me to the fact that all this stuff that need to be repaired and need to be looked at or refurbished, and then finding out how the system went biologically, you know, it was just exciting to me. So I just hung around, and like Casey said, in the beginning, you come in as a trainee, trained by guys who's been in the field for a little while that can teach you, along with book and classroom time. And after a very, very small time, you can actually go and test for your class one, but it takes about a year to get yourself acclimated and to understand the terminology and the, you know, the acronyms and everything that comes associated with the job. And after a year, or after you get your class 3, they require that you do at least 2 years OJT in order to process to your next level, which is the class 2 license.
And OJT is what?
It's on the job training.
Okay.
Yes. And you know, through that, and GWWI, Georgia Water Professionals, they got training classes. In Carrollton, also you got Georgia Rural that give training classes as well. Some is basically all over the state. Either Blackshear got a lab class that we can go to. So it's got training. One thing about this field is it's based on training, recurring training. So, you know, you just can't get in and then sit. You know, the training itself is required in order for you to maintain your license as you go through your career.
Okay, you go on up ahead.
It's like an inner sanctum.
So what's up
This
there?
is where the bugs eat all the
Oh.
food.
Don't want to fall in there. Too thick to come out, like quicksand.
Can't swim in it.